But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31. Blessing to you all. Today I'm bringing you a rice pudding, and it's so simple. I know every time I say everything is simple, which it is. That is the simplest of all, is to do rice pudding. So I prepared a pan with some water. The quantity really is it depends on your family size. There is no specific measurement. Any small cup of rice will make a quite good, at least 10 small cups of pudding. So I use about a small mug, about this much, in my small strainer, and I'm gonna put it in water and leave it to boil until it becomes mushy in water, and then I'll show you what to add. I'm gonna show you something that I have plenty of in cans, but I'm gonna first let the rice with the water boil on a stove top. Once it started to boil, I'll decrease the heat and let it continue until it finishes being cooked, fully cooked and kind of mushy. So why can we do that, and I'll show you what comes next. So after keeping the rice with the boiling water on a low or medium heat on the stove until it became mushy like this. By the way, I end up adding more water as it keep on absorbing the water that I had originally. So this is the texture that I want it to be, like that. And now, by the way, I usually wash all my rice before I use it. So I give it like a light wash just to make sure if there's any chemicals on it or anything that any residue. It's I make sure that it's clean. It doesn't have it before I cook it. So then I'm gonna add. It's up to you. I usually sometimes I use condensed milk. I would say 1 can because remember it's sweet. So that would be, instead of me putting sugar, so I would use that one. 1 can. It depends on how sweet you like. I add, of course, I'm gonna add milk, and I like to give it a creamy taste. So I'll add a mascarpone. It depends on your desire. It's I'm gonna put the whole entire 8 ounce a container of mascarpone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm not gonna put any butter because my mascarpone already has butter, has some kind of fats. So I'm gonna start putting my milk, and if you want to substitute with plant-based milk like oat milk, coconut milk, it's up to you. So I added my 1 container of sweetened condensed milk. Just 1 can is enough, and I don't want it to be too sweet. I didn't add no sugar. And after it boils a little, I'm gonna add I also added the milk. It depends also on how much you want it to be. This is how good I want it to be. I'm just waiting it to boil for a little, and then I'm gonna put in my mascarpone. Just don't forget that when it's on the stove, make sure to stir it from time to time because the rice gets sticky all the way at the bottom from the heat. It gets sticky quickly, so you just need to make sure that you stir it from time to time. So this is my final rice pudding after I put in the milk, the condensed milk, and the mascarpone. I really didn't add any more milk to it, as you could see how it looks. It's up to you if you want to make it more thicker or more lighter. If you want to add sugar, more sugar. Besides, I already think that 1 can of sweetened condensed milk was more than enough, as I don't like things like not too sweet. Now I'm gonna put in the rice pudding in these bowls, and then I usually put a flavor called rose water. It's blossom water. I would say about 1 teaspoon, and then I'm gonna decorate it with coconut, dried raisin, and cinnamon. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is my final rice pudding bowls after I decorated them. You could decorate them in any way you like. I either spread the raisin or put it in the middle. It's up to you whatever you want to use as garnishing, coconut, nuts, or just keep it plain. It's even good. So this kind of rice pudding needs to be cooled down. So it's not recommended to eat it while it's hot. It's best if it's cooled a little bit, and especially if it goes in the fridge overnight, would be even best. I hope that you enjoyed the rice pudding recipe. It's very easy to make and it's not time consuming.